Hello and welcome, new and returning tarot followers. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot, and this is your April monthly general intuitive tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Now, as always, remember not all messages will resonate with everyone, so take what does and leave the rest for somebody else. And if you stick with me through to the end of this video, I am announcing this month my first contest of 2024. So I'll tell you all about the contest at the end of the video because some people really like to listen to the messages only and are not interested in the contest at all. But if you are interested in the contest, then just stick through with me to the end and I'll tell you all about it. It's eligible. Do the eligibility. All you have to do to be eligible. It's all free, and the prize is free. There's no money involved in this whatsoever. Okay, but let's start by, as I always do, by talking about the astrological aspects of the month. Now, for the first time this year, and on the very first day of the month of April, Mercury goes retrograde. Okay, so that will last till almost the end of the month. And I think the retrograde ends on the April 24th. But because of the pre and post shadow period, you may feel the effects of that for a little while longer. So just because it starts on the 1st and ends on the 24th, the pre shadow period could, be if you're listening to this in the last week of March, then you're already in that energy, and the post shadow period happens for a few days after the 24th. So suffice it to say most of April will be in a Mercury retrograde. Okay, now what's good about a retrograde? A Mercury retrograde, obviously is a time where sometimes our devices go haywire, our communications are not good, and it's really not the best time to sign contracts and things like that. But if you are going to make some major decisions here, the universe, first of all, is trying to tell you it's a good time to practice patience, okay? And of course, I know that's easier said than done, but the universe is also, giving you some wisdom here to say that if you are going to have to sign a contract or do something or make a major decision, then consider all sides of that situation. Look at the details very, very carefully, all right? What else is going on in the month? We have April 8th in the sign of Aries. We have a total solar eclipse, which could signify a turning point for some people. Now, it is a new moon. It could be a fresh start or an unexpected opportunity. If there's something there that surprises you that day, there could be something that surprises you that day. It really might be the impetus of a new beginning, okay? On April 10th, we have a Mars-Saturn conjunction. Now, this is an interesting energy, and that's because there is a real struggle between Mars and Saturn when they conjoin, in that, Mars is the planet of moving forward. It wants momentum. It wants to keep going, pushing ever forward. And Saturn is more of the energy of restraint. So this could, cause some tension because, there's that energy of wanting to go forward but not being able to, or, being, stopped by Saturn, which could cause some fluctuating moods. Now on April 20th, or it could be the 21st, I'm not really sure. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact date. Jupiter conjoins Uranus. Okay. Now for me, that is really good energy. That's a fabulous good energy, and I feel like, it's probably the best energy of the month, frankly, but that's just my personal opinion. And, that's an energy of, using your ambition to, take opportunities and grab the opportunities that are available to you, and to use your authority for the good of all you want, okay? And I would say on the 28th of April, the last thing I want to call out is the Mars-Neptune conjunction, which can, for some people, manifest itself in stimulating your imagination. It can bring about desires of freedom, and it could intensify your emotions. So I tell you all this because I just want you if you have a natal chart and you're interested and you can see where these planets fall in your chart and, understand the energies better so you know how to take advantage of them and how to use them and, that the like, okay? So that it's just so that you know how to be more powerful with these energies. All right, so now it's time to pull your tarot cards and dive into your reading. And as always, I give thanks to the angel spirits, guides, and the universe for the messages they provide and for assisting me in interpreting the messages that are for the highest vibrational good of my Aquarius seekers. And we're going to pull 4 cards for Aquarius for the month of April. Okay, card is out, clearly. That's the 7 of Swords. That's the 5 of Swords. It's the 10 of Pentacles. It's the Death card. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords, with the Ace of Pentacles behind it. I'm going to say somebody's giving some serious thought to their legacy, to their future, to what it is they're trying to build, their family, their home life, their future retirement, how they want to end their life in terms of where they want to be at the end of all of this kind of thing, like when you're ready to retire. That's what I mean by that. And I feel like this period right now, a month, it's bothering you. There's something that's giving you a bit of headache here. Okay. And there's something here about needing to have a strategy to do this. I don't feel like it's rooted in this Ace of Pentacles. It's rooted in money, okay? It's rooted in the material world of finances, or it's rooted in trying to get a new opportunity. It's rooted in making a decision about money because there's something here that's bothering you. I mean, this is the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords here. There's definitely some feelings of, I don't know, it's a temporary disheartening, if you will, right now. Now, maybe it could just very well be that you have to do some stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to throw this out there. There's paperwork that needs to be done. There's tasks that need to be done. You know that you can have this 10 of Pentacles. You know that you can have this wonderful legacy. You know you can have this wonderful retirement. And but you got to actually work for it. And that's the part that is the Three of Swords. It's hurtful. Sometimes we just want it to all come to us and it all be done like magic and you don't have to do anything for it. But unfortunately, if you don't put the plan in place with that Seven of Swords, that's why you have the headache with the Five of Swords, okay? There is definitely here a feeling of trying to, maybe you're trying to bite off more than you can chew. And that is a problem because when you have a big, even if you have a master plan, let's say the master plan, the Seven of Swords is you've got 15 projects on the go. That might be too much. That might be too much for you, right? You can't, you got to start slowly. You got to pick one thing and work on the one thing. And when you work on the one thing and it becomes successful, it gives you the money to then turn something else into another success, right? So the first project becomes successful and that's great. Then you can use the money of the first success to invest into the second project, right? So that slow but sure planning is going to, and not biting off more than you can chew to get to this 10 of Pentacles. All right. Um, this is part of your transformation. Okay. When we are in a transformative period, we go through transformations in various stages of our lives. It could be from school to going to work. It could be from, and if that's your case, then let's talk about that. Let's say that, you need a plan as to what, how you're going to get a job. Oh my God, I actually have to do the paperwork. I have to get a resume. I have to go online. I have to start talking to people. I have to start connecting. This thing isn't going to come. Your future life isn't going to come out of the blue. And it's a little bit hurtful to be able to get that job offer, right? Now, let's talk about a transition from, you are, you're a more mature person and you've been working all your life and now it's time to retire. Well, maybe you can't retire necessarily and have the life that you've been living where you're traveling and going on vacations and still having all the money to do that and living that life unless you do all the side business stuff and still have some kind of income coming in to help you. And so that transition is put in a plan of action. Don't bite off more than you can chew to get there. But again, that is work. And that work is sometimes a little bit tough. Okay. I don't feel like, that you don't already know this. I think you know this. You just maybe don't want to get to doing it this month. And that is probably the harder part. Okay. Now, you may have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do, right? Like you may have to, like I said, do paperwork. You might have to go on a trip or two. You might have to, if you're business means that you have to, travel for the business or something like that. I feel like you know that you need to do these things and you're just kind of in that mode of, yeah, I know I have to, do this, but I'm not really into it right now. Okay. So, let's talk about another type of transition, which is you are not necessarily ready to retire, but you've been maybe let go from your job and now you need a new plan of action because you still need to work and you still need to work because you're not going to, you're trying to build your retirement fund or whatever it might be. Again, there's still work involved here. Okay. It's whatever is important to you, really, at the end of the day, my dear Aquarius seekers. Let's clarify this Seven of Swords. Please tell me about the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you don't have all the answers here with this moon card. There's still an element here of mystery. There's an element here of not having the full picture, right? The moonlight is a bright light, but it does not light up the whole night sky, right? That's the thing about moon, right? It lights a certain pathway, but we can't see past that pathway. So you have an idea of what this plan might be, this strategy that it has to be for you to be able to take all of those feathers and sneak off into the night, so to speak. But you also have, there is a little bit of insecurity there, okay? I don't know what that insecurity would be. I mean, obviously, if it's a change of your life, right? There's always insecurity because you ask yourself the question, what's next? What's going to happen? How do I get there? Right? And so I think you're bolstering yourself with this Prince of Swords, or this Page of Swords here, sorry. And the Page of Swords, this Page of Swords, is carrying a very, very big sword. It's almost way big. It's like probably 3 times the size of him, right? So you are definitely going out there trying to be a little bit more bold, right? You are, being a little bit, trying to be a little bit more courageous. Now, what's important is here is don't be reckless with the plan, okay? Because or too spontaneous with that plan. But you are trying to be courageous and brave and carry that sword and say, okay, you know what? Here, you know what? My life is changing. I'm going into a different phase. And guess what? Okay, I'll, whatever. I've lasted this long. I don't, let's see this through now. What's the next thing you got for me, universe? Let's see it. Let's face it head on. Okay. Let's clarify this 7 of Swords with one more card. Yeah, there is the Knight of Wands. I did say something about traveling. The Knight of Wands is often the card of travel. It is maybe somebody needs to go out and do something for their business, a business trip, or they need to go out to meet somebody in a different part of the world to make their plans successful, their strategy successful. You're also going into the unknown. That is what the Knight of Wands is, right? He goes off on a mission to lands he has never been to before. And he's sent off on a crusade and on a mission that he doesn't know how it's going to end. But again, that element of bravery is there as well, right? Knights are brave. They take on these missions and these crusades and this action. They're characters of action that go out and face the unknown and face the world as it is. Okay. Now, I just want to say very quickly, because in case your situation is, for some of you, there's something here romantically. I don't really have a ton of romance on the table, but if your situation is a romance, obviously you've had a little bit of heartbreak, and maybe you feel like, there's been a little bit of deceit, and you thought this person was the person of your dreams, but that's what gave you the headache. Okay, if we're going to look at it in that light, that's what gave you the headache. But you definitely know you need a change here, okay, to something new and something different. But nonetheless, you still need to be bold, and you don't have all the answers with that moon card, all right? So anyway you look at this situation, whether this is, romance for you, or, your situation is rooted in, your projects and your success in the material world, message is pretty much the same here, okay? Now, but I don't truly feel that this is romance at all. But I just throw this out there because this is a reading for the collective. So it could be that some some people, this is, this is what they're feeling here because of this Three of Swords where they have a little bit of a broken heart, okay? Let's clarify the Five of Swords. Something is definitely giving you this headache, okay? The Five of Swords is also about, though, as I said, biting off more than you can chew. When you are going too fast, like this Knight of Swords, when you are just advancing without thought, when you are advancing, trying to, win every battle, to, win it all at all cost, there is a cost to pay. Okay, we think not, but there is a price to pay. So sometimes it is better to slow down and think things through a little bit more, give it a little bit more thought, right? This is a strong character, by the way, okay? So I just want to call that out because there is a strong magnetism here. And again, if this is a love situation for you, maybe that's why you've had this disappointment and this heartbreak, is because that person has just drawn you in and you went a little too quickly in this relationship. But if we look back at the other situation, which is this is your projects and your career and your life in terms of just general, this magnetism, whatever it might be, to an event, to doing something, it's made you kind of, that's what's making you kind of bite off more than you can chew. It's because you feel the magnetism to do this, to do that, to do the other thing, and you can't take it all on. Let's just put it that way. Let's clarify the Five of Swords. 2 more cards, please. Yeah, 3 of Wands. Like, you have to put the plan in place to be able to grow and to expand and to do things in the right order, okay? At the end of the day, 3 of Wands is take some action, but don't just take a million actions and put it all out there and then say, okay, I'm waiting. Sometimes you have to put out some action, do some stuff, and then see how that action is a reflection of how it comes back to you. In other words, what response do you get from that action? Did you take the right steps or did you take the wrong steps? So if the action you put out there, then you get feedback from that, then you can see what is the next action that you have to take. So as I was saying, sometimes you got to work on one individual project and wait for the ship to come in terms of, okay, I did work on that one little thing. Now that can bring me rewards, and then I can take that money and invest in something else. Okay? All right, let's clarify 5 of Swords, 1 more card. Four of Swords. So you definitely need to reflect on this a little bit. When you have the headache, don't let the headache just continue to bother you. Okay, you need to sit back and reflect on, what have you done and how is it, how has it, as I said, what did you get back as the feedback, right? And then once you've got the feedback, you can reflect on whether or not it is the right move for you and it has been the right move for you, or what is the next move for you. Let's clarify the 10 of Pentacles, please. Six of Pentacles is out. Six of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. Now, 6 is the number of peace. It's a number of harmony. It is the number of beauty, of perfection. It is not a wonder to me that 2 6s come out under the 10 of Pentacles, which is your legacy. Who does not want their legacy or their future or their retirement or their family life or whatever it is that they're trying to build to be perfect, to be harmonious, to be peaceful, and to be, looking back upon it in the future, like looking back to the past at some point and saying, oh, look, it turned out so nice, right? On this card, you have this older couple sitting on this bench, looking down at the kids playing with these cups, right? And thinking about how wonderful that was. That is what you were trying to build for yourself, is that wonderful thing that you'll be able to look back on it and say, I did good. I did good. I left for my children, or I left for whoever, a good thing. I did a good thing. I lived a good life. I've had a good run. And I did the best that I could, and I was financially sound enough here as well. Okay, so clearly this is what's a thought pattern for you, right? Now, and you're looking upon that as a glorious past at some point, or you want to be able to look upon it as a glorious past when you get there to the end, right? All right, one more card for the 10 of Pentacles, please. Yeah, action needs to be taken here. This is the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is targeted action for me. There is a very specific aim in mind. Those things are already in flight. So you know that things that you're working on are in flight, but you need to finish them. You need to finish them, and you need for those wands to hit the target. And you're aiming very specifically at something. They're not all flying all over the place in different directions. They're all going in one direction toward one thing. So there's something very specific here that you're trying to achieve. Let's talk about this Death card, please. This rebirth, this change of life, right? There is something on the other side of this, right? There is the Judgment card. Again, another card of rebirth, a card of the phoenix rising from the ashes, starting over with the Fool here, starting something fresh and new, and feeling that, that this rebirth for you is okay, that this change of life is like starting new again, but it's not a scary, bad starting new. It's a good one. It's like, okay, yes, I'm in a different area or different phase of my life. So be it, right? So let's live it and enjoy that phase of our life. Let's have one more card, please, for the Death card. Yeah, this does not have to be a slog, right? The 9 of Wands. You are going to persevere through this, and you'll get through it like everybody else does. So that's all I can say on that. All right, Aquarius, let's pull you a final message from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Final message for Aquarius for the month of April. Number 19, flexible. Yes, I'm sure you do need to be flexible in this time period of your life. I mean, that's pretty speaks to pretty dead on what's going on here, right? You got to kind of be able to flip around here and say, okay, yeah, I'm in something different. But let me read to you from the book just to see what the book says. And I'm going to read that. Give me a sec. Okay, number 19, flexible says, I hope you can see that. Okay. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Pretty spot on message there, I'd have to say, with what the cards have laid out for you. All right, Aquarius, that's the end of your tarot reading. Now I'm going to tell you really quickly about my contest if you're interested. So this month, the prize is a free personal love tarot reading. So if you have a question about your love life, if you have a question about, anything love related, and you want a free personal reading, not a generic reading like this is a generic reading, right, for the whole sign of Aquarius. But if you want to talk about your personal situation, I'm going to give away free personal love tarot readings. So here is what you need to do to be eligible. Two things. So first off, right off the bat, subscribe to the channel. Now, if you've already subscribed to the channel, great. You don't have to do it again. You're already done. And if you haven't, it's free for you to subscribe, so don't worry about that. The second thing is leave me a comment in the comment box. Again, that's free for you. Nothing there, no money involved in this, right? And the prize is free for you, okay? So in the comments box, just leave me any comment. Of course, try and keep it a clean comment if you could, please. That's all I ask, that we be respectful and of others and of myself, and keep the comments clean. And I know some people sometimes are very nervous about leaving comments because they don't know what to write, or they feel shy and they don't know what to write. So, very simply, just say hi. Even if you just say hi, that's good enough to be eligible to for the contest. Now, you can also just write, I am interested in a love tarot reading, or I am interested in a tarot love reading, whatever, okay? Whichever way you want to say it. Now, what will happen is at the end of the month, I'll put all the names into a hat and I'll pull some winners. There'll be more than one winner, okay? And then what will happen is about a week after the end of the month, so say the first week of May, I will post in the community section a little note there that says who the winners are. So you're going to want to come back to the channel around that period of time and just check the community section. But the other thing I do to let my winners know who's won is that I put, if you comment, because you need to do that to be eligible, if you're a winner, I will respond to that comment and tell you congratulations, you're a winner. This is how you can contact me, because at some point we do need to talk to each other to discuss your question. All right? Because we have to, I don't know you. I don't want to know what your question will be. Okay? So, yeah, that's how you can be eligible to win the prize this month. Remember, the prize is 100% free. Okay? All right, don't forget to click the like button and stay tuned for more readings and for more contest announcements that you're not going to want to miss. So take care, my lovely ones, and I will see you again very soon. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.